got a phone call in the middle of this, so there's just going to be 2 videos. It's just like I mentioned in the last video, if it asks to find the circumference of the area is this, the only thing that circumference and area share is the radius. So area is 179.56 pi equals pi r squared, so I got to find the radius. So divide by pi on both sides. So I got 179.56 equals r squared. Take square root of both sides. Puts me at 179.56 square root of that. It's 13.4, so my radius 13.4. So the circumference equals 2 pi r, which is now 13.4. So circumference equals 26.8 pi. There are no units, so just units. On the back side, the area of a rhombus is 168 square centimeters, so area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So 168 equals, if one of the diagonals is 3 times as long as the other, what are the lengths of the diagonals? So one of the diagonals is 3 times longer than the other diagonal. So one of the diagonals is x, the other diagonal is 3 times longer. So if I multiply by 2 on both sides, 168 times 2 is 336 equals 3 times x, or 3x times x is 3x squared, so I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. Puts me at 112 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides. And x is about 10.6. And then the other one would be 31.7. So those 2 diagonals are the lengths of that. So determine the length of each side of a regular 20-side polygon with the apothem 80 and area of 20,000. 20-sided polygon, so area equals 1/2 apothem side length number of sides. So 20,000 equals 1/2 the apothem side length, which is what we're looking for, and number of sides is 20. So 20,000 equals 1/2. 80 times 20 is 1600. So 1600s. Half of 1600 is 800. So 20,000 equals 800s. Divide by 800. And 20,000 divided by 800 is 25. So the side length on these guys equals 25 feet. Down here, this is a trapezoid, so area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. The area is 180. We're at 1/2 base 1 is b, base 2 is 24, and the height is 9. So if I multiply by 2 on both sides, that puts me at 360 equals 9 times b plus 24. Divide by 9, that means 40 is equal to b plus 24. Subtract 24 on both sides. 40 minus 24 means b equals 16 and meters. Over here, the length of arc AB is 3.4 pi, so they're talking about that. What is the measure of angle ABC? So arc length is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So 3.4 pi is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi 12. So 3.4 pi is equal to theta over 360 times 24 pi. I can just cross out pi's on both sides if I divide by pi. So then I have 3.4 pi, or 3.4 equals theta over 360 times 24. So I'm going to multiply by 360 on both sides, so 3.4 times 360 is 1224 equals 24 theta. And if I divide that by 24, theta, which just means the angle, is 51 degrees. What's the area of the sector? The area of the sector is 189 pi, so area equals theta over 360 times pi r squared. The area is 189 pi. The angle they gave us is 210 over 360 times pi 18 squared. Oh. Should have read the problem a little bit more. What is the area of the whole circle? So if I know that part of it is 189, so 189 pi is part of it. What's all of it? I know that 210 of it, of the 360, so I'm just going to cross multiply. So cross multiply 210x equals 189 times 360, puts me at 68040. If I divide that by 210, don't forget about the pi, divide that by 210, that puts me at x equals 324 pi for the entire area of the whole circle. This one, the area of the annulus is 495, so area equals pi, big R squared minus pi, little r squared. My area is 495 pi. My bigger circle's diameter is 48, so that means my little, or my big R is 24 squared minus pi, little r squared. So I'm searching for the little r. 24 squared is 576. So I have 495 pi equals 576 pi minus pi r squared, isolating r, so minus 576 from both sides, including pi. So 576 subtracted from 495 is negative 81 pi, equal to negative pi r squared. Divide by a negative pi to continue to get r by itself, puts me at 81 equals r squared. Take the square of that, and little r is 9 meters. Excuse me. And lastly, sketch a trapezoid with an area of 56 meters squared. Basically, this breaks down to understanding the formula, so you can give whatever height you want. So 56 is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So I'm going to plug in a height, and let's just say that it is an easy number to work with 56. So let's just call it 16. So if I give the height of 16, 56 equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times 16. 56 equals 8 times base 1 plus base 2. 56 divided by 8 is 7. So that means 7 equals base 1 plus base 2. That means I can really just do whatever I want with that on that one. Just make sure the formula works out at the end.